What's up, Libra? Robin here with AriesFireTarot, guys. Welcome to my channel. So it's time for May 2021 mid-month tarot card readings. So I explain what I'm doing for people that have never seen me do a mid-month read before, because I use the same deck, which is the Starman tarot card deck, and I use this spread that came in the companion book that came with this deck. So it's called the Starguide. So these are pretty like close to the bone readings, right? They're very kind of blunt, you know, the way that they open up what is going on in your life. So like, be prepared, you know. And my spirit guides, they don't sugarcoat anything. So I hope you guys really enjoy the reading and that it resonates with you for Libra in Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Anyway, I'm just going to start doing the reading. So, I mean, let's just go. I'm going to look at a present situation here for you guys. Okay. So the card came out in reverse. Like, I don't do reversals because they just don't make any sense to me. So I've got the alien card. All right, so your present situation. This is interesting, okay? So you know how most decks, they have the hermit card, like going into hermit mode, you know, shutting down, having a dark night of the soul, or you just feel like you're too sensitive or easily irritated to hang out with people, and it's all just a little bit too much. So you want to go into a cocoon. That's the hermit. And this is the alien, and he comes out transformed, you know? And he's like, okay, yeah, I can face you guys all again. That's all right, you know? And you probably got a different skin to you, you know? Develop new strategies on how to handle the world. It's a rough one right now, and for some of you, and I was actually getting something to do with the pandemic, and my guides don't usually look at that because, you know, anyway, but you guys could be coming out of some sort of ridiculous restriction related to the pandemic. So that's what I got there. So the second card we're going to look at is, like, if there's any cause of conflict in your life right now, we'll have a little peekaboo at that. So you've got the King of Cups. So your emotions, you might not be able to control them right now. And that happens, you know, and there can be a certain sensitivity. And that's what I was talking about, being driven into hermit mode, and why you might have to develop a different kind of skin, you know. There's so many people that they just, like, instead of modifying their behavior, they expect you to toughen up. And I find that actually deeply offensive, you know, because it just gives people an excuse to be as rude as they want to be as mean as they want to be, like, kind of just ride roughshod over top of people to get what they want. So your cause of conflict here is, it could be your emotions are a little bit too close to the surface. And the King of Cups is saying, you know, you still got to walk with a swag no matter where you are. He's not exactly in a very glamorous circumstance, you know, but he's acting like there's a red carpet, you know. So if you guys are not up to handling people, like creaking open the door like the alien here, and you're sort of peeking outside, like, is it safe for me to go out there? Is that obnoxious neighbor who is going to chew my ear off for 30 minutes about something irredeemably boring? You know what I mean? So there's, I talk about this sometimes, depends on who I'm reading. If you've ever worked with energy balls, they're chi balls. This is probably going to be a really good practice for you guys. So I always, like, slap my hands together when I do this, and then you just rub them together and you'll start to feel a heat. Okay. This is really good for light workers, empaths, light warriors, other sensitive people. So you start to feel heat, and then separate your hands, and then you can work with that chi. You should feel a little pulsation of energy, and it's your energy. So work with it as long as you can, build it as big as you can, and then sort of wash it over top of you. Try it. Like, it's not just a bunch of You know what I mean? Like, it really works. So try that. And you might want to try also Qigong, because it changes your ability to shield yourself. That's also Tai Chi. So let's see changes needed in order to face the challenges. And they just gave you that really sort of amazing Chi ball thing to look at. So you've got the Six of Swords. Okay, so sometimes you might just want to head in the other direction. Like, really. Have zero shame about protecting yourself, you guys. I have this really obnoxious neighbor, and probably everybody does, right? And she kind of wants to tell the same story over and over and over again. And, you know, no disrespect to her or whatever, but sometimes I'm in the mood, sometimes I'm not. So I'm like, oh, look at the time, I've got an appointment. You know, so the Six of Swords is going where things are going to be easier for you. Like, if you're having a really tough time going places, dealing with people, maybe start mixing up your schedule a little bit. So, like, if I have to go to the store, it's going to be at the crack of dawn before anybody else is out of bed, you know, or I use the pickup services, or I screen people, or I shut my phone off, I put it on Do Not Disturb, and I literally will walk away from people that I don't want to have a conversation with. And you're probably been brought up to feel bad about that. And why would you feel bad about protecting your energy? It's your energy. And you don't need to literally transmit it to somebody else because they're taking it away. It's like, it's so delicious, you know? And meanwhile, you go home and you're like, you know, and you're a wreck. You're a wreck, okay? So you can be the King of Cups and walk through all of that and say, I'm super busy and important. I know you're fabulous, but I've just got a lot going on. Love and light. We'll see you around the way, you know, and just keep on going and go, whoo, I really, really just narrowly escaped that, and give yourself a great big pat on the back. Pretend that the garbage dump that you're walking through is a red carpet. Go home and be fabulous and protect your energy and not feel drained by energy vampires. And some of them don't know they're doing it, but a lot of them do. So be careful. Anyway, your strengths, you guys. So we've got the Tower card, which I find fascinating. So this is also a different strategy that I'm seeing here for you guys. You could actually just show how agitated you are, you know. This is actually a very powerful card. It is a description of how change is coming in for you. So when you can combine the Alien and the Tower, there is something definitely going on, and this is probably going to be a change in the way that you deal with other people. I don't know why, like, we feel obligated to entertain people that come up, and you feel like you're going to be the rude one, okay? If somebody wants to take up a bunch of your time without, like, making an appointment or asking if you have a moment to chat, you're not being the rude one. And people, like, stop you for no reason. You're not being the rude one. So your strength is in how you change your behavior to protect yourself and associate with people that have your highest good in mind, instead of giving your energy away to all the vampires around the way. Hold on. So just to remind you, I've got the Six of Swords here, and this is finding a path that is easier. I mean, you're allowed to cross the street. Okay, there's weirdos and lunatics in every neighborhood. There is somebody on my street that is a little bit, you know, out there or whatever. He might be the world's nicest guy, but that doesn't mean that I want to spend any time at all talking to him, because I don't know. Anyway, that's as much as I'm going to say about that, other than, like, if he is walking down the street one way and I'm headed towards him, like on the sidewalk, I'll cross the street, you know? So you can do that too. Like, go whichever way is easier, you know? Don't put yourself in the path of people that they don't care about you. They care about wasting your time or being heard. So outcome card here is the Prince of Cups. So I think this is really, really good advice. You know, you can still do all of this stuff. Protect yourself from people. Go to the store. My dog has arrived. Go to the store when people aren't there. Like, walk around when people aren't there. Cross the street if you have to. Tell people that you're too busy, too swamped. No, I can't talk on the phone. You know, put your phone on do not disturb. Don't answer text messages. Do everything that works for you. But you can still send other people love while you do it. Like, I have a lot of love and empathy and compassion for you, but it's just not working for me right now. You know, it's not like you're doing things out of spite or anger or hatred. You're doing it out of self-love and self-compassion. And you're just like, hey, I hope you have a really beautiful day, but I just have to keep going. Okay, I'll see you around. You know, you can do this all very kindly, you know, so it doesn't have to be any sort of this, like with the Tower card. Hi. You don't have to like set off when you see people that you just don't want to deal with. Just say, hey, how's it going? And keep going. You know, you don't have to slow down. You don't have to stop. You just don't have to engage with anybody ever unless you give them permission to. So keep that all in mind, okay? And always be kind. All right, guys, I'm going to bounce because Lacey's putting so much pressure on me. She wants to go outside. See you guys. Bye.